Voices, and today I have with me, I have Talisha Crank.
Hello.
Okay, and she's our special guest today, and I'm very proud to have Talisha on today because she's going to be talking about veggie dishes. Okay, and it's very important today that we eat properly, and she's going to tell us some of the items that you can actually cook being a vegetarian. And as I look at the table today, and as you guys see, you can see that there's some delicious food on this table. First of all, I know that Miss Cappie cookies, okay, they're more than just cookies. Just remember that, okay? It specializes in healthy, vegan cooking and baking, providing healthy and nutritional cooking workshops throughout the community, promoting health, wellness of mind and body and soul, and through prayer, meditation, and the fitness of information. And you can call for her workshops today because she also will be doing workshops throughout the year. But first of all, Talisha,
Yes.
I want to ask you, as an entrepreneur, I want to know, how did you get started?
I basically got started from doing something that I love to do, and baking. So baking is something that comes easily to me, and I enjoy doing it. And every time I brought my baked goods to church or organizations that I'm a member of, I got so much good feedback, from people that they really, really liked what I made. So why not do something that you love to do, that you can do very well, and make it into a business for yourself.
Exactly. Well, one thing I want to know, now you know a lot of people like meat, okay? They like the pork,
Yes.
they like the turkey, they like the everything, okay?
Yes.
But we're eating healthy today.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Miss Cappie's Cookies is more than just cookies, basically for the simple fact that most people are not on a regular basis eating healthy. They're not eating whole foods in their diet. So Miss Cappie's Cookies, I make wonderful cookies, great baked goods, but I also do demonstrations and workshops throughout the community on health and wellness, on how to eat healthy by cooking healthy and baking healthy. I did a workshop at the Senior Center in Asbury Park for seniors, and teaching them about healthy foods, and how to buy your produce and things like that at the supermarket, about toxins, waxes that's on our vegetables and our fruit. And I did a small demonstration of easily prepared food that I made in a rice cooker. Basically, I made a brown organic basmati curry rice, and I steamed some carrots, some organic carrots and kale on top. And the room smelled, the aroma was like, wow, you know.
And
sounds delicious. Yes, yes, and they loved it so much. A few people asked me, where did I buy the rice? Can you go pick up that rice for me?
Right.
And they loved it. It was something different. I know in the African American community, we tend to always like collard greens. And I love my greens. I like all vegetables.
I'm not going to lie, I love my collard greens.
However, we tend to, one, overcook them.
Yes,
where
yes.
we overcook them and we drain all the minerals out of it, and we tend to throw that big nice pot of where all the vitamins drew into out in the garbage, rather than use those nutrients that came from those greens. So I teach how to saute and not overcook your greens, maintain the nutrient value of them so your body gets the nutrients that it needs.
That sounds really good. You know, my brother is a vegan, okay, and he's been trying to, make me become a vegan for years, okay. And I'm not really a meat eater,
Okay.
but at the same time, I don't know how to cook cook the food.
Okay.
I want something that's going to taste like meat, but I know it's not going to be meat. What do you say for somebody like me want to taste something that like me. What kind of dish would you recommend for me?
Sauteed mushrooms are a great start. A shiitake mushroom. It's very meat-like. They call it the chicken of the forest. And you can do numerous of things with it. I saute them with some garlic and some onions to make it nice and savory. And you can make it into sliders nowadays. People like the whole slider effect, put it in between two buns, like the whole bread thing. Right. But that's something that you can start out with, before you want to venture out into tofu and things like that.
All right.
Well, I know you also do catering. Is that true?
Not necessarily, but I am in some local stores in Asbury Park currently now.
Would you like to name some of those local stores that you're in?
Sure. I'm currently at the House of Flavors on Springwood Avenue in Asbury Park.
Shout out to the House of Flavor.
With Sean Coven. And, it's a great partnership that we have. And gave me an opportunity to have my baked good in his establishment. So, thank you, Sean. I'm also currently in the downtown area on the other side of town at the Showroom, which is the only movie theater that we have in town. So if you want to see a movie, come to Asbury Park and you can see a movie. And you can have children's movies there. Give me an opportunity to have my cookies there, in their movie theater. So.
And you'll get an opportunity to also taste the cookies. And I think too that it's very wonderful that you have your products, because the way our kids are today, we are heavy kids.
Absolutely.
And so just for them to eat properly, to eat the sort of things that they need to eat without all the sugars and things of that nature,
Absolutely.
I think that having a great tasting cookie will help them with their weight issue.
I perfectly agree with you, Sean. I did a demonstration.
You call me Sean.
I mean, excuse me, Keith. I'm still thinking about.
Don't get it twisted.
Keith. I did a demonstration with a children's group, Village Voices in Asbury Park.
Oh, okay.
And we did how to bake healthy cookies. We did a cookie making workshop with them in demonstration, and basically teaching them health and wellness, mind, body, and soul, about who you are on the inside, knowing who you are, knowing who your ancestors are, knowing yourself.
Exactly.
In addition to that, meditation and prayer, talking to them about yoga. A lot of children and people in the African American community don't do yoga. They don't experience things like that, which give you centered peace.
Exactly.
And we made cookies that day. We had fun. We made them the healthy way, with healthy organic flours, pure organic sugar cane juice, not regular, refined sugars that you find in your local store, or, when you buy your packaged processed cookies and things like that. And we had fun that day, and they liked them. In addition to that, I provided them with an organic juice box, terra chips in addition to potato chips, and an organic apple, which tastes a lot different than your regular apple.
Wow.
So just trying to introduce new things, to bring awareness.
I think Michelle Obama would be so proud of you. I said, because of the fact that, she's trying to teach
Absolutely.
the kids, to eat healthy. And you're a prime example of a pioneer that's out there, doing what you're supposed to do. I mean, we can't have one person doing it like the First Lady.
Absolutely.
We need everybody doing it.
All hands on deck. And I thank her when she came out with that statement and rolled out that program.
Right.
I was so proud of her for putting that first. And I think she can do that because she's a mom.
Exactly.
She's a mom first. So, your health of your children and what they eat is very important to you. And it's so nice to have somebody that looks like you,
Exactly.
that's in that position of leadership, and showing, everyone else that I'm a mom first, and health and nutrition is important. So,
Exactly.
big up to the First Lady.
That's right.
Absolutely.
If you're listening, Michelle, hi.
Are you going to be doing any other workshops coming up this summer?
Absolutely. I basically will do workshops throughout the community on an order basis. People call me and they want me to come out and do workshops. Currently, I'm at Asbury Fresh. It's a fresh farmers market in Asbury Park. That's on Sundays. So right now, I'm there on Sundays with my baked goods there, and just like I'm here with you and Keith, and we're just talking about healthy eating and things like that.
I want to also bring to mind that Talisha is also a contributor to Unheard Voices. She writes articles, she presents the different types of veggie dishes, things that are healthy, and she came on board with us because she has the passion of teaching people how to eat healthy. So we appreciate all articles that you've been sending in, and definitely we are so honored to have you here today because I've been looking at the articles and I said I can't wait till Talisha gets up in here so I can taste some of these famous cookies.
Absolutely.
But what I wanted to say before Elisa asks you her next question, I was saying that I know that to eat right, it costs money.
I'll stop you right there.
Okay, stop me then.
And this is something that I explain at some of the workshops that I've done. And basically, from my experience, being a single parent, having 2 children, having been laid off of jobs, things of that nature, my food and nutrition and what I give my children are important to me.
Exactly.
So it's expensive if you rather spend your money on other things. It's all about choice. So for a year and 8 months, I didn't have cable in my house. And that money that I would have spent on cable, I had to buy food, and the type of food that I would like to buy, organic, whole foods, vegetables, things of that nature. So we were able to buy. So, I try to rationalize it in the aspects of, an order of importance. Most people have to pay a mortgage, you have to pay the rent for where you live at. If you have a car, you're paying car payment, car insurance, things of that nature, as far as priority-wise. And by the time you cover all your bills, you have minimal food budget left to buy food. So then you think you only can buy those things that are really with preservatives, processed foods that are really
pretzels, potato chips,
inexpensive,
piece of cake,
so,
all that stuff that's going to make you fat.
So those things, I found that, hey, I can make that, and if I can't, I know I can find a recipe to make that. Right. If you want chips, I can make chips at home. We're using organic potatoes, which taste fabulous. And organic canola oil and or coconut oil, which is a great variant to have in your house, coconut oil. So I learned how to do things at home. We live a fast-paced lifestyle, so those type of things people are not drawn to because it takes time. It takes time to prep your vegetables, cut them up. It takes time to do those type of things. But if it's really important to you, then you take out that time.
Exactly.
I say to most women who are in similar shoes as myself, you'll buy that $1,000 red bag, you'll buy, them red bottoms, and those type of things to be presentable at work, so on and so forth. When you go out, well, I don't mind you treating yourself, but you should also treat your body well too. So what's important to you? Those shoes, or you being the head of your house for your family as far as food and providing them the best nutritional possible. So it's all about choices. Eating healthy is not expensive. I'm living proof.
Did you hear what she said?
I'm living proof.
So it's not expensive. So all that myth of eating healthy is not that expensive.
It's all about choices.
I'm always looking, when I go to the food store, I see baskets of people's potato chips, pretzels, all those other things. But I never really, one time I went to the store and a lady looked at me and I had in my basket, I had all vegetables, my banana, my so-and-so, and she said to me, you don't have anything but good stuff in your basket. Nice. I said, well, I'm not a vegetarian or veggie. I said, but I would love to become one because I eat so many vegetables.
Yes.
But my problem is just really trying to find somebody like Talisha that can introduce me to the types of food that you can eat that will really reel me in.
Absolutely.
But what I want to ask you, because I know you have a son,
yes,
and I know you have a young daughter.
Yes.
How hard was it for your daughter to get used to veggie, or did she like it right away?
My youngest child, my daughter, She fared very well.
Okay.
She's been around me in the kitchen since she was very, very small, sitting on the counter, you know, pretending to chop up vegetables and stuff like that. The dollar store had a cute gadget at that time where they had a mesh where you can put the raw vegetables in them, they can suck on them, you know, stuff like that. So her taste buds are not like children her age because she's always been around food, and she's also always been around whole foods.
Exactly.
So, you know, she likes the curries, she likes onions, you know, she loves garlic, which most children don't like, or not yet. They're not there yet.
Exactly.
You know, so she's all in. My son is a different story.
Okay.
When I changed our diet and what we eat, you know, obviously he's a lot older. He's 18 now.
Right.
But I don't buy anything in my home as far as meat, poultry, fish, dairy. Everything is non-dairy that I buy. So, you know, my children are more than welcome to eat things outside the home if they so choose.
Right.
But this is what I buy in our home. Absolutely. So, you know, at some point in time, you have to make a switch or change over because digestively, it won't hold with you if you're going back and forth.
Exactly.
So you would have to make a choice at that time.
Well, I want you to get into this. Do you have a question for
I was
Talisha?
wondering, a lot of people say that it's hard to find these, like, to find stores that sell organic ingredients and organic flours and healthy vegetables, especially in the neighborhoods we live in. What are a couple of spots that you would suggest?
Well, I will tell you right now, there are organic food stands, whole food stands at the Asbury Park Farmers Market, Asbury Fresh on Sundays. So you can buy organic produce there. I am finding more and more that our local supermarkets are starting to carry more organic items such as flour, such as sugar, such as milk. You can find these items in ShopRite, you can find them in Wegmans, you can find them in Food Town. You know, each store carries, you know, maybe not so much as the other store. Wegmans, you know, Dean's Market. You can find these items there. For your organic flour, sugar, milk, you know, gluten-free, things like that. You can basically find them anywhere now because it's such a wide receiving of it at this point in time where people are starting to be more health conscious and eat healthy. So you can find it just about anywhere, even online.
Well, what if you're like if you eat kind of bad foods and you've always eaten these bad foods, how do you where would you start stepping your way to healthier foods? What would be a starting point?
For me, it was a process. I stopped eating pork and beef over 12 years ago, where I was only doing poultry and fish and dairy. And then 8 years ago, I stopped eating dairy. I totally took it out of my diet. When I was only doing the poultry and fish, you know, then I totally cut out the poultry. You know, and then I seen a film, a friend of mine that I worked with at the time who recommended it because she's seen all the things I was doing with my diet and changing things. She recommended a film called Forks Over Knives, and I watched it at home with my family. We did Netflix. I said I had no cable, so we did documentaries at home. We read books more.
That's right.
My daughter has a very high vocabulary now because of that, and she's an avid reader. And this film talked about a lot of things that go on in the food industry, what happens to your food, what is the possibility of all the vast land that they use to graze the animals on. What a possibility that could be if they use that land to plant food for people. Why do people are still not eating? And we have people who are starving, but yet we use this land to graze animals to then eat them. You know, just putting things in a different perspective. So for me, it just was a gradual process, and then getting more information about food and what's in it.
Well, America has taken the vegan and the vegetable movement a little bit more seriously because as of yesterday, America is no longer the fattest country in the world.
Oh, really?
For the first time in years.
Well, who beat us? Who beat us?
I'm not too sure, but
If we're not the fattest
we're
anymore?
not the fattest anymore.
All right.
So right now, all this information that I'm giving you about food and what's in it, my journey, you know, can be found on my Facebook page, Miss Cappie's Cookies, More Than Just Cookies. I do a daily blog there indicating about healthy foods, foods that are not well, what's going on in the food industry, what you should eat, what you should consider reading and doing research on before you touch it or cook it and give it to your family.
And she also does contributing for Unheard Voices, where she talks about
Absolutely.
her products. But what I want to do right now, I want you to go around and just like hold up some of the items that you actually that you have here today that you made.
Okay, right here are some chocolate chip cookies, which I brought here in the basket today. These cookies are dairy free. They're made with pure sugarcane juice. No brown sugar, no refined sugars. Dairy free, gluten free chips, chocolate chips, and they're made with organic flours. So
I gotta stop saying
absolutely. So here's
so
the chocolate chip. This is a chocolate chip right
That's
here.
a chocolate chip?
Yes.
These are delicious.
Oh my God.
Thank you. I also brought oatmeal raisin cookie
That's my favorite
today, which seems to be a great cookie that a lot of people do like. They're made with organic raisins, again organic flour, pure sugar cane, organic juice.
Now, do you have a special number order where people could specially order? Do you have a number that they can call you?
Yes. Like I said, you can also stop at House of Flavor and the showroom if you would like to buy some cookies. Or you can reach me at 732-807-3619.
Which is so good.
Well, thank you for coming here and showing us the food today.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Well, I want to see
this
before.
is Cappie's Cookies in Asbury Park, New Jersey at
Just Asbury Park.
okay.
And before you leave, I want to know what this item is.
These are butter spritz cookies that I do for Christmas time.
Oh my God.
And they're 100% all natural organic cookies, vegan, and they taste fabulous and non-dairy.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you haven't tasted Miss Cappie's cookies, you're missing something. You get out there, they're at the House of Flavor. She tells you all about it on her blog. She's with Unheard Voices as a contributor. I'm telling you, these are the best cookies I ever, and they're soft. Oh my God, so good. What other flavors you have in here?
I've got
oatmeal
raisin.
Oatmeal
Those are the
raisin.
ones that are around here.
What's this one?
That's a banana bread.
Oh, I'm going to have banana bread.
Sure.
Okay. Look, I'm going to be greedy now. I want a banana bread.
Banana bread
And I want an oatmeal.
made with organic bananas. Again, non-dairy. Made with organic flours.
Oh my
organic
God.
sugar, pure sugar cane juice.
I could be sorry myself. Well, Talisha, I want to thank you very much.
Thank you for having me today.
And definitely down the line, I want to have you back on some of the other products that you have out there.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be a great relationship. And if you haven't gotten your cookies, you make sure that you inquire with Cappie Cookies, House of Flavor, go to Unheard Voices, and get your cookies. I haven't tasted anything better than this. Okay? I'm letting you know. Anybody out there want to challenge this? Come see Miss Cappie Cookies. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me today.
Most definitely.